Alrighty. So first thing we got to do is take our first equation, the 13x minus 8y is equal to 32. And remember, like all of our other equations, we want them to look like slope intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. So in order to do that, we have to keep our y where he is, so negative 8y. Oh, that's an 8, not a 5. Come on, pen. There we go. Negative 8y is equal to, and now we want our 13x to come over here to be where that mx is, so he becomes a negative 13x. And we drop down our plus 32. There we go. Now we're still going to solve for y, so he's not quite by himself yet, so now I have to divide everybody here by that negative 8. So negative 8, negative 8. Why did my negative 8s want to become 5s? There we go. Negative 8, negative 8. So negative 8s cancel, and y equals. Now if you do pull up your Desmos, just kind of check it, your negative 13 over negative 8 doesn't reduce, but two negatives make it a positive 13 over 8x. And now 32 divided by negative 8 gives us a negative 4. And now we find our slope, which is 13, oh, there you go, over 8. Always the guy beside the x. And our b is always the guy here by himself, so 0, negative 4. And I'll give you a second to make your coordinate plane there. So make your x-axis, y-axis. If you notice, like these coordinate planes are a little bit bigger, they go 10 in every direction. So just throw a couple of tick marks in every direction for this one. And we'll be good to graph it here in just a second. Alrighty. So what we gotta do first is begin with b. So we always begin with b. So we go to 0 and then down to negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And our slope is positive 13 over 8. So that means we're gonna go up 13 and then right 8. So up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then right 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you notice, I don't have room to put any more points on there, so we just go ahead and make this line. There we go. So we got our first line there, check. So see if you have any questions about that one, anything you need help with.
I'm good.
Awesome. So our next one here will be our 3x minus 8y is equal to a negative 48. Now, once again, we want it in slope intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So we're going to keep our y where he is, so negative 8y equals, and now we want our x over here on the right side, so positive 3x becomes a negative 3x. And now our negative 48 just drops down, negative 48. Now we're going to divide everybody here by the negative 8 to get our y by itself again. There we go, so negative 8's cancel and y equals. Once again, you want to use Desmos to check your fraction to see if it can reduce your negative 3 over negative 8. And since it can't, it just two negatives make it a positive 3. There we go, over 8x. And then negative 48 divided by negative 8 gives us a positive 6. So his slope is going to be a positive 3/8. Let me scoot that over a little bit, that way I don't run into my other problem. So his slope is going to be a positive 3/8. And we're going to have a b, which is always got here by himself, 0, 6. And luckily this time we already have our coordinate plane made, so we're just going to go ahead and graph it. So we're going to begin with b, so begin at 6. So 0, then up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So our first point goes there. And now our slope tells us to go up 3 and then right 8 because it's positive. So if I go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then right 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're all good. If you notice, that's the point where they cross at. So you can go ahead and make your line. I'm going to make one more point. I'm going to go down and left. That way I have a little bit more accuracy for my second line here. We'll go down 1, 2, 3, and then left 8. There we go. And now I can make my second line. Oh, let me try that one more time. A little bit better. Still not perfect. Okay. So even after we've done the 2 lines, we got 2 lines graphed now on each one. So I'm going to try to make my line just a little bit straighter there. So we got our 2 lines graphed here on our 1 coordinate plane. The thing about makes it a systems is that they have a point of intersection. So because these 2 lines cross right here, that's our solution point. That's where both lines cross at, and that's where both lines would share a solution. So we got to now state that solution. So we always do our x value first. So I'm going to go right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I go right 8 and I go up. So I'm going to write 8 that way I don't forget it. Then I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, go up 9. So our solution for this one is 8, 9. That's that point of intersection. That's that order pair that would satisfy both these equations. All right, so that's really the biggest new part about today. We graph our 2 lines just like normal. We get them in slope-intercept form. The biggest difference is now finding that point of intersection where they cross at. All righty, and with that being said, we'll go on to number 4, unless you have any questions. So number 4, I'll do my first equation here in purple. So we got our 3x plus 5y is equal to a negative 40. Once again, we want it in slope-intercept form, so y equals mx plus b. We want to keep our y here on the left, so positive 5y stays, which means I'm going to take my my positive 3x over and make him a negative 3x. Drop down my minus 40. And now we're good. We got to still get y by itself, so we're going to divide everybody here by positive 5. So 5, 5, 5, 5's cancel. Y equals a negative 3 over 5 doesn't reduce, so it just says negative 3 over 5x. And now negative 40 divided by 5 is a negative 8. So his slope is going to be a negative 3/5. And we're going to begin at 0, negative 8. Once again, we make our x-axis and y-axis and 10 tick marks up, 10 tick marks down, 10 tick marks right, 10 tick marks left, and then we'll be good to graph it. So I'll give you a second to make your coordinate plane. And now, once we're all good, we'll begin with B. I know I kind of get a cheat because my coordinate plane's already there. So we begin with B, so 0, then down to negative 8. So down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now where my slope is negative, it actually tells me to go down 3 and then right 5. If you notice, I go down 3, it shoots me off my graph paper a little bit, and that's okay. I'll make one extra tick mark and then go right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But to make it more accurate, I'm now going to go the reverse. So I'm going to go up 3 and left 5. So up 1, 2, 3, and then left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. If you notice, my points are now in a line, so we're all good. Make our line through those 3 ordered pairs. I think that's the best line I've ever made with this little writing tablet. So there we go. And we're good. So we got our very first line graphed. We do our normal steps that we're used to doing. We've got it in slope-intercept form, transpose your x, divide this off for y, find your m, find your b, and graph it. Let's see, this second one we'll do in yellow. So our next equation here, we got 9x minus 5y is equal to negative 20. So once again, we want it in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. And we're going to keep our negative 5y here on the left, which means we're going to take over our positive 9x and make him a negative 9x on the right. Drop down my minus 20. And now to solve for y, we divide everybody here by negative 5. So negative 5, negative 5, negative 5. Negative 5's cancel, and y equals a negative 9 divided by negative 5. Makes two negatives, make it a positive 9/5 x. And now negative 20 divided by negative 5, once again, two negatives, make it a positive 4. There we go. And we'll find his slope is now going to be 9/5. And we're going to begin at 0, positive 4. There we go. And we begin with b. So we're beginning at 0, 4. So 0, then up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make our first point there. Now our slope is positive, which means it tells me to go up and right. But if you notice, I have to go up 9. So if I go up 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it shoots me off my graph. But I can kind of still just make a point of estimation up there, like where it's up 9 and then over 5. Just kind of say, like, oh, okay, that's an okay point, but I need one actually on my graph paper. So I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go down and left. So I'm going to go down 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now we're going to go left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you notice, it's right there where that other line had an order pair too. So we make our line nice and long, arrows on each end. And once again, we have two lines now for every coordinate plane. And because it's a system, we need to know that point of intersection. So if you notice, these two lines cross here. And now we just have to write that out like an order pair. So remember, we always do x-axis first as an order pair. So from the origin, I have to go left now. So I have to go left 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to make it negative 5. So I'm going to write my solution up here this time that I have enough space to see it. So negative 5. And then we have to count how much we go down. And I'll go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go. Or 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was my fault. I skipped 3 there. So I go down 5 as well. So it's going to be negative 5 for this guy's solution. Try to rewrite that parentheses again. There we go. Box it in. And that's our solution. Kind of take a second, look over these two, and let me know if you have any questions.